Welcome to the Goalbusters Expert Peak Productivity Tips podcast, where top business experts get just 7 minutes to answer 5 rapid-fire questions about what they do and how they stay productive. Each episode is packed with actionable insights to help boost your efficiency and achieve your goals. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to peak performance. Well, hello everyone. My name is Robin J. Emden, and I'm an accountability coach and the author of Get Resultsology, The Science of Getting Stuff Done. I work with people who run their own business. No boss, distractions everywhere, and never enough hours in the day. Together we cut through the noise, sharpen their focus, and follow through on the big ideas that actually moves the needle. That's what I call the momentum formula. Do it today, profit tomorrow, and repeat. So if that sounds like the kind of breakthrough that you've been looking for, then you're in exactly the right place. And speaking of being in exactly the right place, I am delighted to welcome our guest expert today, Steph Blake. Steph has nearly 2 decades worth of experience, and she helps entrepreneurs run simple, automated, and profitable businesses in 20 hours or less per week. She's a tech-loving business strategist, wife, mum of 2 boys, and a proud introvert. So we're really blessed to have her with us today. And when she's not deep in systems and strategy, she's wrangling her kids, indulging in ADHD-powered hyperfixations, or binging Netflix. Other streaming services are available. I have to say that because I'm British. Steph, welcome to Goalbusters.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited you're here too. You're very welcome. Whereabouts in the world are you, Steph?
I am in Chicago.
In Chicago, all right. So we worked out earlier that you're a few hours behind me, quite a few hours behind me, still in what I call the land of coffee time, whereas it's way past, it's hot cocoa time for me, which is getting a bit silly now. So that's me waffling on. Should we do the questions instead?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's dive in.
All right, I'll bring the clock up on the screen. And there it goes. Steph, could you tell me, please, who is your ideal client?
Yeah, so my ideal client is an online business owner who is overwhelmed. So they're overwhelmed by tools, all of their offers, and just all of the moving pieces of running a business. There's just a lot going on, right? And these people are typically service providers, coaches, consultants, and they just want consistent income, doing the work they love without worrying about all of the stuff happening in the back end of their business. They just want it to be really simple and really automated.
Fantastic. That's very clear. So what exactly is the problem or the problems that you solve in a little bit more detail? Because obviously you've covered a bit there.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I can talk. I'm a talker, so it's going to be hard keeping this under 7 minutes. But in a nutshell, I help people stop overcomplicating their businesses through simplification and automation, right? And most people will typically think their biggest problem is marketing or sales, but it's usually decision overload, right? So many decisions are required of us every single day, whether that's what we're selling, how we're phrasing the copy on our website, which tool we're going to use to power the back end of our business. So I really help people simplify first what they're selling, how they're selling it, and how their tech is set up in the back end so we can automate as much as possible so their business can run really smoothly without them having to work more hours.
Excellent. Thank you. That did fill in quite a few gaps, and there's a lot more detail there. So what is one valuable free action that our audience can implement that will help them to go some way towards solving this problem for themselves?
Yeah, so there's a lot that I could say here, but what I would recommend for everybody, because everybody wants more time back, right? Those are 2 things that everybody wants. They want to make more money and they want more time back. And the fastest way that you can get time back, especially as an online business owner, is to set up automations, right? But we don't just want to set up automations for the sake of setting up automations in our business. We want them to be really simple. We don't want them to be overcomplicated, have too many different tools connected to one another. We just want something that's very simple and it's doing the work for you. So this action item is to set up one simple automation based on work that you're already doing, right? So maybe you are sending the same email over and over again, right? How can we automate that process? Or you're sending invoices every month to your clients. Well, you don't have to do that, right? We can set up recurring invoices that are automatically sending for you. So really looking at what is happening in the back end of your business? What are these recurring tasks that you are doing manually? And then pick one of those that we can turn into an automation. And again, this does not have to be crazy complex, even just saving 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day, a week even, results in so much time saved over time because it compounds, right? So that's what I would recommend. Start small, pick one automation, and then you can always build and add complexity from there.
Yes, and if you've always got it in the back of your mind somewhere, whatever you're doing, I'll be like the question like, how can I automate this? Sometimes you can't,
Yep.
but
Most of the time you
often
can.
you can. Most times you can, and that's the point, isn't it? The question is there, and then you will find the answer. All right. So now that we have a little bit of a better understanding of what you do, and I say a little bit because I only gave you 3 minutes, so I mean you can't possibly do it justice in that time. But let's dive briefly for now into goal busting, which is focusing on how to maximize productive time to achieve business goals, which you've already covered. But I'm greedy, and I'm wondering if you could share any more tips or advice for someone looking to improve their productivity habits even more.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're in a unique time right now with all of the tech available to us, all of the AI available to us, and it makes it so much easier to outsource work to either robots, humans, or just eliminate it altogether. So what I would recommend doing is asking, well, first look at the work that you're doing and ask yourself, what can I eliminate? What can I delegate? And then what can I automate? Because the vast majority of the things that you're doing in your business are not required to get you results. I would say probably about minimum 50% of the things that you're doing right now can just be eliminated. They are tasks that are requiring you to be busy, not productive. They're just time filler tasks, right? They're not moving you closer to your goal. You may be telling yourself that they are, but they're actually not. So look at all of the work that you're doing. Again, say, what can I eliminate? Start there. What can I automate? Do that next. And then what can I delegate? That's where we're actually going to delegate it to humans. So I always bring that human piece in last because it's typically the most expensive, right? So first we want to get rid of the work, then we want to bring the robots in to do it. Some people may not like that, but it works well. And then we want to see, okay, where do we need to bring actual humans in to do the work that the robots can't do, or we actually need to have a human touch in. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to stop there because I know I'm running out of time, but I could keep talking about this for such a long time.
Yes, and I'd let you too if we had the time, but we don't. So thank you for stopping there because I've still got one question to go, which is,
Yes.
what should I have asked you today, Steph, that I didn't? And what would your answer be?
Yeah, so this is something that comes up a lot, which is what happens when you automate too early? So what happens when you automate before you simplify the the things that are happening either in the back end of your business, your tech, your tools, or your offers, your offer suite. And really, the truth is, you are just going to automate chaos. That's all that's going to happen. The more that you have happening in your business, the more gaps that are open to um, leave you vulnerable to a lot of tech mishaps happening. So, for example, if a process is really messy or unclear, or it's constantly changing, or you haven't even done it manually first, then it's not the right time to automate this, right? Because what that's going to do is it's just going to speed up that process to make it fail faster for you. So we always want to focus on simplifying, then we add automation into the mix after we are confident that the process is working, it is outlined, right? And we don't need to bring any other humans into the mix. Then we can look at, okay, what pieces of the process can I start automating? And then it allows us to scale really strategically from that point as well.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more because if you don't understand, you haven't completely perfected it, and you don't understand what you're automating, then
Yep.
obviously mistakes are going to creep in and you're just creating problems for yourself further down the road. So I completely get where you're coming
100,
from there. All right, beautiful. Now
100%.
I overran there on the time, but you actually did it in exactly 7 minutes. That's perfect. Thank you so much. So, Steph, the question I always ask at this point, after we finished our primary questions for the podcast, two-parter, which is part one is how can people reach you if they'd like to find out more about what you do? And also, talking of finding out more about what you do, a brilliant way of doing that sometimes is to get a valuable free resource from you, which I always say it's a bit cheeky to ask that, but I'm not really. I think it's a very good way of people getting to know you a little bit better. People aren't always ready to jump in with both feet. They want to find out more. And if you've got a valuable free resource, which I know you do, that's a brilliant way of doing it.
Yeah, absolutely. So the place where you can find me is my website. It's called theblakecollective.com. That is the best place. My last name, Blake, Blake, collective.com. And the free resource that I am giving is called the Automation Vault. So if you are new to automation, or even if you have been automating for a while, this vault is essentially a collection of more than 15 different ideas to help you get started with automating your business. So when I was creating this, I put what I believe are 15 of the most important automations that every business should have, so that you can see these are different ways that we can automate. These are different tasks that we can automate so that we can, one, get more time back, but also make more money, right? That's the whole point of all of this. And even if you are more advanced and you have automated quite a bit, it gives you, excuse me, ideas for what's possible. Because I talk to so many people who say, I already have automation set up in my business. Why should I even look at this? Because so many people don't know the extent of things that you can automate in your business, right? It's the case of you don't know what you don't know, right? It's just giving you this collection of ideas that allow you to move forward more quickly with automation, so you don't have to start from a blank slate.
Fantastic. Brilliant. Okay, that sounds excellent. Very good indeed. Thank you so much. Steph, it's been a delight and a pleasure to have you on our show today. Thank you so much for doing Goalbusters with us today. And I do hope that people will get in touch with you, and certainly they should definitely send for that valuable free resource because it sounds incredibly valuable. Steph Blake, thank you so much for appearing on Goalbusters.
Thank you for having me.
You're extremely welcome. And remember, everybody, keep goal busting and make your future self proud. Bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to Goalbusters. If you're enjoying it, please subscribe, rate and review it on your favourite podcast platform. Your support is very much appreciated. And if you're ready to boost your online profits, skyrocket your productivity, crush procrastination, and see a positive change in your bank balance, all within just 30 days, this is your opportunity. Take my free 5-day challenge at www.skyrocketyourproductivitychallenge.com.